Good evening, my Roslins and Rosikins. Mother is back. And in this video, I want to touch on the fact that I was scrolling on TikTok and I was looking at Cardi B's beautiful baby girl, Blossom. She's such a chocolatey drop of cuteness. Anyway, the point is that she is so beautiful and chocolatey. Chocolatey. There you go. And I was looking at some of the comments. Tell me why I come across a post, or I should say comment, under one of the videos of Blossom that speaks on the fact that Cardi B was basically, talking ish about unambiguous black women. So the person said, funny how Cardi's youngest daughter ended up darker skinned when she's had a history of calling dark skinned people tar babies and roaches. And for me, I want to point out the fact that I find it interesting how an unambiguous black person, I'm going to assume this is an unambiguous black person, who would speak on this and bring this up underneath the video, Lily, just, talking about her daughter's beauty and how cute she is, would bring up the fact that Cardi B has had a history of getting into it with unambiguous black women, in certain circumstances. And some might count Nikki as one of those, but I consider Nikki a brown skin slash light skin exotical. So no, I don't consider her to be an unambiguous black woman either. I really don't. I'm sorry, but I'm not. She isn't. Both of these women are Caribbean based women. I know Nikki's like Trinidadian, etc. So they have different racial mixtures, admixtures of nothing else within their bloodline and within their phenotype that gives them their ambiguity. As women of color and as women that have a foot in the black community. And so my thing is the nerve of an unambiguous black person to equate Blossom, which is Cardi B's baby girl's name, to that of the women that she's come for, which were unambiguous black women. Let me just say this once and for all, for those of you who are not tracking the fact that Blossom, little baby Blossom, is a brown slash dark skin exotical. She is not an unambiguous black woman. Last time I checked, Cardi B doesn't have a problem with melanated skin. She has a problem, if anything, with a group of unambiguous black women within the black community that always come for her neck and tell her how she's not as good as Nikki, or that try to basically just talk ish about her. I also want to touch on the fact that I realized that these same group of women will praise Nicki over Cardi. I will say this, I do believe that Nicki is way more talented, but I cannot discredit Cardi's impact on hip hop either because both have a place. For me, Nicki is still the queen of rap, yes, but I also understand that Nicki has flaws as well, just like Cardi. And both of them, I love them. They're both exoticals. I really have been impacted by their touch on rap music for female rap, and I love listening to their rap songs. They're both empowering. They both tell you to just stand on your toes as a beautiful ass woman no matter where you come from, and I fucks with it heavy. However, what I realized, and touching back on my lighter skin exotical video, okay, I realized that Cardi gets no leeway really, even though she does, but not from the black community as much as from other cultures as well that see representation in Cardi's phenotype with them, especially those who are like you would say mixed or whatnot, or people that are lighter skin or people from different cultures. Like they fucks heavy with Cardi B just because of her personality alone. And I realized that. And I realized that a lot of the black community doesn't feel like Cardi B has a place within it. And I realized that they treat Cardi way worse than they do Nicki a lot of times, at moments. I can say this fairly though, that both of these women have gotten like shitted on within the industry in different ways. I know Nicki faces a lot of backlash because I know she's beefing with like, other artists and whatnot, and some unambiguous black women as well. I know that Nicki is the type of woman that holds no punches. She's going to say what she wants, just like Cardi. Both of them are very outspoken when it's something they're passionate about. So again, this is not based on their personalities, accomplishments, or anything. But I realize that a lot of the unambiguous black community will tear down somebody like Cardi B simply because she has a phenotype that is more lighter skin leaning and ambiguous leaning, where you would just think that she might be one thing or another. Whereas Nikki still has, her ambiguity, and she's brown skin, so light skin exotical as well, but she is more accepted and is closer to a black beauty standard than Cardi B is. I feel like that plays into why people won't let certain shit go with Cardi B as well as an unambiguous black woman. I feel that unambiguous black women take Cardi B dissing one or two unambiguous black women, or even just a little group of them throughout her career, as her trying to come for all of them, when I don't feel that way. But then again, I'm a brown cis dark skin exotical. Of course, I don't feel that way because I don't have a chip on my fucking shoulder every 5 seconds when someone of lighter skin says some slick shit to someone of brown or darker skin that is rightfully deserving of that shit. Okay. And last time I checked, bitches be calling bitches roaches, all types of shit. Like literally, and I'm not saying it's right, because for me, I don't be calling people out of their names like that and stuff. Like the most I probably say is bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I don't say like, oh, you're an animal, you this, you that, you this, you that. I'll call you pathetic as fuck, because if you're a hating ass bitch, yes, you are pathetic. If you're an envious bitch, you are pathetic. If you're someone that tries to put down brown or darker skinned beautiful people because you're colorist, you are pathetic. If you're someone that tries to put down lighter skinned people because you're a colorist as a brown dark skinned person, you are pathetic. It is what it is. Beauty is beauty. Mother has always said this since day one. Beauty is beauty. But what I don't appreciate is when bitches try to equate someone's whole child to the fact that she was literally throwing shade at certain black women, on the biggest black women, that were coming for her. And my thing is that this is when it goes back to the phenotype delusion for me. It's the phenotype dysmorphia. To equate, let's say like Danny Lay, like her baby. Her baby is darker skin too, or brown skin, just like Cardi B's baby is brownish slash darker skin, just like their fathers, right? And granted, the relationships that Danny Lee and Cardi B had with their respective, father of their children, for Cardi B, her ex-husband or husband to be ex-husband, Offset, and then was it the baby, etc. That situation, like we're not the best. We can all agree there's some toxic shit, right? We all know this, okay? But to sit here and act like no woman here that listens has ever had an issue with any man, especially no shade, no tea, black men. Okay, just saying, would be delusional. And the fact that a lot of you laugh at the fact that these women are being mistreated with said black men that they're dating, because you say, oh, they're the preference, they deserve this. I find that to be a complete ounce of bullshit. Where is your women's sovereignty? Where is your protect all black women? Well, protect women in general, not just black women. Even the quote unquote preferences. For me, I'm protect exoticals, protect black women, protect unambiguous black women, protect Latino women, protect Asian women, protect all women. Because all women suffer at the hands of men who abuse them. Period. So like for me, that's what I just say. Like when you have a very much so envious, hating, jealous fucking mindset as a woman, you're an op. I don't care what shade, what color, what community, what part of the community you identify with. I don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to abusing women, that's why I draw the line. No woman. I don't care if you're an unambiguous black woman, an exotical, an Asian woman, a Hispanic woman, a white woman, whomever. You do not deserve to be abused. Period. And for people to sit here and clown people that are exoticals, women that are exoticals, especially lighter skin exoticals that get into relationships and have a toxic relationship and get hurt, and make fun of them, and then make fun of their children because their children are darker, or be like, haha, that's why you have a darker baby now, ha ha ha, how you feel? Like, bitch, go take a seat. You're so fucking immature. Only a pathetic ass bitch would come for a little baby girl that happens to have her daddy's complexion that's born to a lighter skinned woman. You're fucking pathetic if you think that's a flex, or like you saying they got karma because their baby come out with melanin. Last time I checked, bitch, melanin's a blessing. And my thing is that even if they did feel some type of way towards unambiguous black women, doesn't mean they feel some type of way towards every woman that has melanated skin. Maybe it's just the culture and the mindset of certain groups of women that have melanated skin that they don't fuck with, respectfully. And so my thing is just the fact that all this shit, it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Because here's the thing. Here's the gag. The real gag is this, right? When Baby Blossom grows up, and she gets the privileges of a brown cis dark skin exotical that I talk about on my channel all the time. A lot of you unambiguous black women are going to say that she's also a preference or that she doesn't understand what you guys are going through. Or even if she looks closer to you, then let's say culture looks closer to you phenotypically because she has more melanin. Blossom has more melanin. When she speaks on her life and how she's treated, a lot of you will not be able to relate because she lives a whole different reality versus the reality of unambiguous black women according to their talking points about not being desired, about black men not wanting them, about this, about that, about not being seen as beautiful, etc., etc. So my thing is this, like when it comes down to brown to dark skin, let's say exoticals that are born to lighter skin exotical mothers, like watch your fucking tongue. These beautiful brown says dark skin exotical baby girls and baby boys have nothing to do with what the exoticals, as in the lighter skin exoticals, the beef they have with unambiguous black people as a whole. Yes, Cardi B can call someone a fucking roach that happens to be a darker skinned woman, that's an unambiguous black woman at that, and still love her baby girl, Blossom, her brown cis dark skinned exotical daughter, down. Love her down heavy. Because one, that's her fucking child. You cannot equate the two. Second, of course she loves her. You know what I'm saying? That baby is beautiful. And that's not to say that the women that she called roaches aren't beautiful either. But that's just to say, if a bitch got bad blood with you, a bitch got bad blood. Her baby ain't got nothing to do with it just because you guys share a skin tone. And this is the shit I'm talking about. It's always a comparison, always a reach, always a tether in that sense when unambiguous black people see anything with melanin. They feel that they can claim you as theirs completely and that you're just like them. But my thing is, when we talk about experiences as exoticals of all shades, people get pissy because they can't relate, and then they say that how dare that happen to us, or they don't believe that we have the amount of pretty privilege or privileges or blessings that we get for our beauty because they think that we look just like them and that we are them. But my thing is that if we're all twins, if we're all just black, unambiguous black women, unambiguous black men, if we're all just these things, why is our realities, the way people perceive us, the way the other cultures receive us, the way that people relate to us that have a different background from that of the unambiguous black community? Why is that all different if we're all just, the same? So my thing is that it's okay to acknowledge that there is a difference. It's okay to acknowledge that I can have beef with so and so, but when it comes down to a mother-child relationship or parent-child relationship, that's different, even if they share the same skin tone. My thing is that it's not karma to have a darker skinned baby if someone's a lighter skinned woman and she has a darker skinned daughter or son. Like, that's not fucking karma. That's not a bad thing. That's a blessing. Just like it would be a blessing if that lighter skinned exotical mother had a lighter skinned daughter. Okay, Cardi B is blessed tremendously. She has both. She has a lighter skinned baby girl that looks just like her, and she has a Blossom that looks just like her daddy, but she looks like her mother too, but with offset skin tone. And she has her baby boy Wave that looks just like her as well with her skin tone. So my thing is, like, you don't have to try to use children to humble and exotical. That's fucking pathetic. Why even bring a child into the conversation of beef between grown ass women? I think that any woman, I don't give a fuck, any man, I really don't give a fuck, that brings children into a discussion based on skin tone and then try to humble the parent with that and say, "Ha, I guess the universe God's get back because your baby is darker." I think you're fucking weird as fuck. And I think you need to shut the fuck up. I personally think you need to shut the fuck up. I think it's too many adults comfortable speaking on children's looks, skin tone, privileges, etc. First of all, Blossom is born a millionaire, okay? That's my thing. Like, y'all over here discussing children that don't even know what beef is going on and they're just getting here to planet Earth. But these children are way wealthier. Their parents have created opportunities for them that most likely you and yours will never see, and never be on the same path as or, level, and you have so much to say. Same thing with Blue Ivy. How people come for her because she's the daughter of the Beyonce. My thing is just like, leave Exotical's children's out of shit. Like, Exotical's literally grown woman versus grown woman. That's fair game, right? But children brought into grown women ish to try to prove a point. That's some weak ass shit. And I'm realizing this a lot with lighter skin exotical mothers. Everybody want to speak on their baby girls, especially their baby girls. Everybody want to talk about them, whether they're light, dark, etc., and try to humble the mother with the daughter. Like, how dare you? How fucking dare you? Like, you're pathetic as fuck. These are brand new souls to the world, right? We all have been children before. We all understand not knowing shit and being afraid, and also understanding that our world was small because we were sheltered, or some of us might have been abused or hurt. We all come from different backgrounds of life. Like, when it comes to childhood is a delicate thing. Childhood decides what type of person you become, and it literally is a trajectory of your path and your destiny. And I just feel so sad for my fellow exoticals who, are lighter skin, that have darker skin, babies, or little girls in general, and even those who are darker skin and brown skin exoticals who have little girls, and just everything, because exoticals, whether they're just born or grown, we're always targeted, we're always spoken on and spoken over, and we're always envied. No matter what, we didn't even do anything to anybody, we just exist, and someone has a fucking problem. And a lot of times, most times, it's unambiguous Black people, and it just is what it is. And so I say all this to say, like, exoticals that are listening, please guard your children, guard your children. And please don't ever let someone try to use your child against you. And please protect your children, because a lot of these bitches be hating. A lot of these men be hating. A lot of these people just want the idea of you and will try to hurt your child to humble you because they can't get to you. So please keep an eye out for your children. And all my lighter skin Zalcos that have darker skin babies, like, please be very much aware of some of the things they might go through with unambiguous Black people in general, because I truly believe that it puts an extra target when they're born to a lighter skin exotical and you're a brown/dark skin exotical daughter, because people will try to pin you against your mother based on how you might be perceived, or how unambiguous Black people might have a claim to your child because they share melanin, or try to put that self-hate ideology into your child because they feel that your child is on the same level as them in regards to phenotype, even though their ancestry is blatantly spelled out to be, other admixtures or racial mixes, for example, with Blossom, baby Blossom, and that they're not all just Blackness. Their beauty is attributed to other things too. And so when it comes down to being a parent to a baby exotical, please just protect them and protect yourselves. Everybody should not have access to you as an exotical, but specifically for my lighter skin exoticals that have babies, and that want to protect them. And also my brown to dark skin exoticals. As you know, mother always talks to my Vaseline, but I don't know, I feel it in my heart to touch on this because I just don't appreciate this shit. Like, this shit is gutter trash. Like, I don't know, like, some people are just so fucking insecure. Like, some people are just so fucking insecure. They gotta make everything about a skin tone. Everything about oh, look at you. You got a darker skin baby. How you like that, bitch? Gotcha type of energy. Okay. And that baby is gorgeous. What's good in the hood? Like, how dare you, troll? How dare you? So I say this because also I have people in my family that are lighter skin exoticals. I would be remiss to not speak on this shit when I feel the need to. Again, I always tell you, I always touch on shit that I feel passionately, strongly about, and I feel called to touch on it in that moment, in that time, etc. And for my lighter skin exoticals that are really feeling it out there, please understand, like, bitches just be hating. All you can do is shine bright, and if you're a mother, give that same confidence to your baby girls, no matter what shade they are. And for my Rosalynds, you already know what's good. Mother, I tell you to give that confidence to your baby girls. But I never made a distinct video shouting out my lighter skin exoticals the way I am recently. And so I just wanted to share that. And with that, Mother's going to say ciao.